Hi, I'm Juan Lam, and this is how I failed to write my first novel. Look, I've always liked to think that I'm a writer, but frankly, I'm not. Am I a dreamer? Yes. Am I a storyteller? Sort of. But am I a writer? No. Here's why. The trouble with me, and subsequently my book, is discipline. Originally, I had lamented over my lack of motivation, but that didn't quite seem to be the case at all. See, writing is one of those few arts in which there is no quick feedback. An illustrator can look at an illustration and decide right then and there if he's happy with it or not, and start modifying things as he goes. A filmmaker can look at a freshly filmed shot on set, and if they're not happy with it, redo the shot a million times if they wanted to. But a writer can't really do that. They don't have that luxury. Sure, they can outline it aggressively and go over the idea of a novel with a friend and chapter by chapter revise the thing. But the problem is that you can't revise something that isn't there. See, before you can judge a piece of writing, there has to be writing in the first place. My trouble isn't the idea. It isn't even a lack of passion or, despite my initial complaints, a lack of motivation. It can't be motivation. Why? Because I've had a wonderful group of friends who have been there with me since the conception of the idea of my novel, and they've been awesome at giving me feedback after I give them a chapter or a page. But I still don't write often. I write sparsely. What is it with me as a person that I won't do the things that I love? The process of discovering the answer to that was a long and, in short, torturous process. And it was a process that led to the question of, do I even want or deserve to be a writer, to pop up in my head all the time despite any type of distraction that I tried to achieve. And all of this, of course, spun itself into a spiral of self-doubt, self-hatred, and insecurity of the highest order. Finally, I decided to tackle the question. Look, obviously I couldn't not be a writer. I mean, Jesus, I have a website about it. But the doubts crept up often. What if your writing is bad and nobody has the heart to tell you? Nobody likes your unoriginal and mediocre poems anyways. What if you're destined to accomplish nothing? That last one killed me the most. And of course that made me pretty depressed. But all of these friends that have been giving me feedback and stuff, they've been wonderful, and I communicated with them what my problems were and they helped me get through it, but the problem persisted, and it persisted to this day. As of the moment that you're watching this, I have not worked on my novel in 67 days. I am only 9.5% of the way through my first draft, despite having finished the outline 4 months ago. Have I lost motivation? Yeah, a little. But not because I'm displeased or uninspired by the story. I'm displeased with myself. In particular, I'm displeased with my lack of discipline. Want for discipline is what makes me sit down on a couch and binge watch Netflix instead of doing something productive that would help me in the long run. And my writing isn't the only affected party. I have terrible exercise habits. I live a very sedentary lifestyle, and it's really not healthy. But it isn't the process of exercising itself that this motivates me. It's the thought of having to go to the gym. Getting up and getting in a car and driving all the way to the gym is what makes me not want to exercise. My willpower fails me right from the start. For writing, it's the same thing. It isn't the actual process, the feeling of when I'm writing that gives me the problem. It's sitting down and logging into my computer to start typing away. It's the thought of doing the work of writing. That is when I fail. And I fail often. I love how I feel after I've written, after I've shown my writing to people that I care about, and I get feedback, and that makes me very happy. And I like creating things. It's my passion. But I'm going to stop writing. Because as it stands, due to the combined factors of my lack of discipline and my plummeting motivation, I can't write the way that I ought to. It's affecting the quality of my work, and if I continue to write, then it'll become a chore and not something that I love to do. So what am I going to do? I'm going to recollect myself, and I'm going to read more. And I'm not quitting on my novel. I will never quit on my novel until it is done, because it is my passion. But right now, I'm going to take a break so that I can give my novel the passion, the discipline that it deserves. Because my novel does deserve more. It deserves more of me. And look, I'm a teenager, and I'm not even close to my full potential. And as a matter of fact, I don't even know if at the end of the day, this whole concept of me being a writer would have just been a phase. But I don't think it is. I really don't. I think writing is what I'm meant to do. I want to be a writer. writer, and maybe I even need to be a writer. I didn't fail my first novel because my writing's bad, or because the plot was insubstantial. I didn't fail my first novel because my characters weren't good or the dialogue wasn't clicky. I failed my first novel because I didn't write it. I haven't written it. That's the only failure you could achieve as a writer. I mean, you can get bad reviews and stuff, but like, you've written a book, and that's something to be proud of. And right now, I don't have that, but I'd like to. So, I'm starting this YouTube channel for accountability, so you guys could hold me to the mark, and I could document the process, just for fun. So, if you want to follow along, click the subscribe button, and thanks for logging in.
You never know what's around the